I never imagined a simple order of Chinese takeout could spiral into a neighborhood showdown, complete with handcuffs and a toppled tyrant. But last Tuesday in Meadow VYEW Estates, that's exactly what went down. I was sprawled on my front lawn, soaking in the evening breeze, when I saw Mrs. Evelyn Harper, our HOA president, secretly dubbed the enforcer by everyone, park her flashy golf cart smack in the middle of the community entrance. She was blocking a delivery driver's beat-up sedan, brandishing her notorious clipboard like a weapon, her voice slicing through the quiet cul-de-sac. "Fast food deliveries VY, late, our standards," she bellowed, as if the poor guy was smuggling contraband instead of egg rolls. The driver, a college kid named Leo, was filming the whole thing on his phone, looking like he'd stumbled into a reality show gone wrong. "Ma'am, I'm just dropping off an order," he said, his tone steady despite the chaos. Evelyn, decked out in a gaudy robe she'd clearly thrown on in a hurry, leaned into his window, undeterred. "This is a no-solicitation zone," she snapped. 10 minutes later, she was the one being led away in cuffs, her precious clipboard abandoned on the pavement. My sesame chicken arrived, stone cold but worth every second of the drama. It all kicked off after I dragged myself home from a brutal 12-hour shift at the hospital. I'm a radiologist, and Tuesdays are my marathon days. Too wiped to even think about cooking, I'd ordered from Jade Palace, my go-to for comfort food when life feels heavy. I was dreaming of kicking back with some General Tso's and a Netflix binge when my phone buzzed with an unknown number. I picked up, half expecting a work emergency. "Hey, this is Leo from DoorDash," a frazzled voice said. "I've got your order, but there's this lady at your gate who won't let me in. Says food deliveries are banned. Can you come out here?" I groaned, already picturing Evelyn. "Let me guess," I said. Middle-aged, blonde bob, clutching a clipboard, probably wearing something with way too many sparkles. Leo's laugh was strained. "Nailed it. She's got her golf cart blocking the road and won't budge." I grabbed my keys and my neighborhood ID, muttering, "Stay put, Leo. Don't argue with her." That's Evelyn, our HOA president. She thinks she's the queen of Meadow VYEW. By the time I got to the gate, the scene had gone from absurd to outright unhinged. Evelyn's golf cart, custom painted with community standards patrol in tacky gold lettering, was angled across the VY cider lane like a barricade. Leo's car was stuck, and Evelyn was in his face, wagging her finger like she was scolding a toddler. "Excuse me," I called out, striding toward them. "What's going on here?" Evelyn spun around, her eyes glinting with the thrill of a new target. "Dr. Carter, perfect timing. I'm just informing this young man about our rules. No food deliveries after 7 p.m. It's in the bylaws." I almost laughed. I'd read those bylaws cover to cover when I bought my house 2 years ago, and there wasn't a single word about delivery curfews. Evelyn had a knack for pulling rules out of thin air to fuel her power trips. "Evelyn, there's no such rule," I said, keeping my voice even. "People get deliveries all the time. I ordered this food, and I'd like it now. Please move your cart." Her grip on the clipboard tightened, her lips pursing into a thin line. As HOA president, I'm enacting emergency measures to protect our community's image. Fast food attracts riffraff. Next, we'll have taco trucks parked on every corner. Leo shot me a look that screamed, "Saw, is she serious?" So I gave him a tiny nod. Saw sadly, yes. Saw Evelyn. I tried again, "Move your cart. The food's getting cold, and Leo has other deliveries." Instead of backing down, she puffed up like a cornered cat. "He's soliciting," she shrieked, loud enough to draw curtains back in nearby houses. "Door-to-door peddling is forbidden without board approval." Leo, bless him, stayed cool. "Ma'am, I'm not soliciting. I've got a delivery for a specific address. That's my job." When he eased his car forward, nudging onto the grass to slip past her cart, Evelyn lost it. She stormed to her cart, yanked out a makeshift sign scrawled with "No Delivery Zone" in angry Sharpie and slapped it onto his windshield. "That's it," she declared, whipping out her phone. "I'm calling the police. We have a trespasser refusing to leave private property." My neighbor, Mike, ambled over, shaking his head. "Not again," he muttered. "She pulled this on my pizza guy last month." As we waited for the cops, Evelyn stood sentinel by her cart, snapping photos of Leo's license plate and scribbling furiously on her clipboard like she was busting a crime ring. 2 patrol cars rolled up about 15 minutes later, and Evelyn practically skipped over, flashing her HOA badge as if it made her sheriff. "Officers, thank goodness," she gushed. "This Indy VY duel is trespassing and refusing to leave our private community." The officer's grizzled veteran and a younger woman approached with calm professionalism. The woman spoke first. "Ma'am, we got a call about a suspicious vehicle. Can you explain?" Evelyn launched into a wild tale, arms flailing, about Leo's belligerence and her duty to protect property values. Meanwhile, the male officer pulled Leo aside. "I'm just trying to deliver food," Leo said, showing his DoorDash app. "I've been recording because she was getting aggressive." He handed over his phone, and the officer's face darkened as he watched. He waved his partner over, and their VYEU'd the footage together, their expressions shifting from neutral to grim. Another neighbor, Clara, piped up from the growing crowd. "Officers, she blocked my grocery delivery last week. Said my bananas needed HOA approval. My ice cream was soup by the time I got it." The officers exchanged a look, and the woman pulled out her notepad not for Leo, but for Evelyn, who was still ranting about undesirables. "Ma'am," the officer said, her tone sharp, "may I see your ID?" Evelyn's smug grin faltered. "My ID? But I'm the VY Tim. I'm the HOA president." The officer didn't blink. Being HOA president doesn't let you detain drivers or block access. Based on this VY Deo and these witnesses, you've been obstructing a legitimate business and filing false police reports. Evelyn's face cycled through shock, confusion, and fury in seconds. "This is outrageous," she sputtered. "I'm protecting our homes. Do you know what these properties are worth?" The male officer stepped in. "Ma'am, delivery drivers have a legal right to do their jobs. You've been illegally detaining this man and wasting emergency resources with a false report." Evelyn tried one last gambit. "I demand to speak to your super VY SOAR. I dine with the police chief's cousin." The officers didn't flinch. "Mrs. Harper, turn around and place your hands behind your back." The saw-click-saw of the handcuffs was a sound I'll never forget. Evelyn's clipboard hit the ground, pages of petty violations fluttering away. "Evelyn Harper, you're under arrest for false reporting, harassment, and obstruction," the female officer said, reciting her rights as Evelyn gaped like a fish out of water. The crowd of neighbors watched, some whispering, others openly grinning as she was guided to the patrol car, still muttering about her authority. "Leo finally handed me my food, now room temperature at best. Sorry about the wait," he said, shaking his head. "I've never dealt with anything like this." I slipped him a fat tip and chuckled. "Trust me, Leo, most sane people haven't." The officer moved Evelyn's cart, and life in Meadow VYEW resumed, albeit with a new legend to tell. 3 days later, an HOA email landed in my inbox, apologizing for the unfortunate incident and admitting Evelyn had exceeded her role. Mike, who's on the board, told me this wasn't her first stunt, just the first time someone fought back. Evelyn's charges stuck, and the judge didn't go easy. 2 years of probation, a doula, $5,000 fine, mandatory community service VYC, and a permanent ban from any HOA board in the county. In court, she clutched her designer purse, gasping, "This will ruin me." The judge's reply was ice cold. "You should have thought of that before playing cop with your golf cart, Mrs. Harper." My sesame chicken was mediocre by the time I ate it, but the story? Worth every bite. Now, I've got questions for you. Was Evelyn just a control freak gone rogue? Or do HOAs breed this kind of chaos? Should delivery drivers have more protections against petty tyrants like her? And let's get real, would you have tipped Leo extra for VYing that madness? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you're Team Leo, and subscribe for more wild neighborhood tales. What's the craziest HOA story you've got?